Okay, I told you last week, earlier this week, that coinciding with Dennis Rodman's latest visit to North Korea, we also saw the release of Otto Warmbier. Otto Warmbier is an American student who was arrested in North Korea for allegedly stealing a poster, a propaganda poster from a North Korean hotel. The North Korean government agreed to release him basically within hours of Dennis Rodman's arrival for his latest trip to North Korea. So far, we are told that that was merely coincidental in terms of the timing. We learned upon Otto Warmbier's release that he had been in a coma in North Korea, dating all the way back to March of 2016, or about 15 months. And we learned over the last few hours that Otto Warmbier has died, now back in the United States, in Ohio, near his family. This is just a horrible story. The North Korean government claimed he suffered food poisoning, had botulism, lost consciousness after being given a sleeping pill. Unfortunately, doctors here in the U.S. found no evidence whatsoever of botulism having been in his system to the extent that that's possible to do retroactively. At the same time, they found no evidence of physical abuse insofar as there was not evidence of healed fractures, for example. You wouldn't necessarily be able to find evidence of all kinds of physical abuse at this point, but again, unclear. And now, indeed, he has passed away here in the United States, and this more or less confirms the horrible reality of what we assumed North Korea was doing, which was the Dennis Rodman thing aside, the timing of that aside, they basically realized that this was someone that was quickly deteriorating, and they did not want him dying on North Korean soil.
It really is a tragedy, and rare credit to Donald Trump here for showing some reserve in responding to this.
Yeah, I guess.
Because he said, it's great that Otto was able to go home to his family for his final days, and, we'll find a way to handle North Korea. Really, no president has been able to do that, especially because they have nuclear weapons in striking distance to Seoul, but it's just the latest chapter.
Although, yes, Trump did seem to show some degree of restraint, but at the same time, he also slammed Obama, saying, hey, Otto Warmbier has been in North Korea since Barack Obama was president, and he didn't do enough to get him out, blah, blah, blah. Of course, this ignores the fact that there are other Americans still in North Korea who have been there for a while. Why hasn't Trump gotten them out if he's the great savior of people who get stuck in North Korea?
And undoubtedly, and this is too bad, but I'm sure in the future more Americans will be held captive and will go in while he's president.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about, which is at this point, would you go to North Korea? So to backtrack a little bit, Otto Warmbier was in North Korea with a Chinese-based company called Young Pioneer Tours. That company, as a result of this incident, has announced they will no longer take American visitors to North Korea. I guess Chinese visitors to North Korea are not as at risk of this type of propagandistic detainment as Americans are. We interviewed a few years ago this filmmaker named Matt Dorzanczyk, who went to North Korea on one of these tours, did a great documentary. Vice has been there. We've seen a number of these documentaries. The truth is, every time you go into North Korea, particularly to record surreptitiously, audio or video, you're taking a major risk. Mm-hmm. And Americans are at risk. We have other instances of Americans, more high-profile incidents like these that have taken place. Would you go to North Korea?
I would only go to the joint security area, which is that room along the 38th parallel that's shared by both the North and South Koreans.
But you'd enter from the South.
I would enter from the South. I think you can go to the North side of the room, but that would be about it for me.
Yeah. So basically your answer is no.
Yeah.
I would love to go. I mean, it would be fascinating. But honestly, I would wonder, given my track record of years of criticizing North Korea, would they be aware of my views? Would they conspire to detain me after approving me for a visa? I think I would probably be at risk.
I mean, most of the people there wouldn't be able to look up the videos on the internet.
No.
But I'm sure
presumably Kim Jong-un would be able to.
Right.
Yeah, I think I probably wouldn't go, although I would love to, and I think it would be endlessly fascinating. I think for my own safety, it would be a bad idea to go. And same question kind of comes up given my long track record of comments about Russia. Would it even be safe to go to Russia? I would certainly be what's considered a political dissident there. We know how they treat them. Would I end up accidentally stabbing myself in the back 10 times or something like that? Who knows?